Hello, everyone, and thanks, dear Angela, for the warm intro. So I'm Zoe, head of marketing at Arcade Galaxy. Today we got amazing lineup with some of the gaming experts from CARV, Seraph, and Society. And during this session, we're going to discuss diverse topics, including the easy transition from Web2 to Web3 gaming, strategies for leveraging the current bull market to onboard more users, effective monetizations approaches, and the trends for the future of gaming. So it's going to be fantastic. Let's get right into it. First of all, please briefly introduce yourself and what you've been building in Web3 gaming space.
Hi everyone, I'm Sang. I'm head of business at Society. We are the #1 gaming on Sui blockchain, and we have a fantastic collection of gaming experiences. But at the same time, I do want to emphasize that we have a very unique position where a lot of the in-game corporations, for example, providing essential facilities such as selling battle passes, selling skins in the game, are actually virtual corporations. And we just launched our Society Corporation shares minting. So come to Society, take a look, get your free shares of these corporations, and we welcome you all.
Lovely. All right, Paul.
Yeah, Society looks really good. He's underselling it. Good game for sure. Yeah, what up, everybody? Paul, leading business at CARV for the past 2 years. We actually just turned 3 on a couple days ago, so kind of exciting milestone for us. But we've been helping games scale on the user acquisition side, while also empowering users to take ownership of their data. And yeah, we TGE'd back in October. It's been going very, very well, and have a couple more exciting announcements here in the coming weeks. Excited to share the stage with Seraph, Society, and Zoe as well. Let's have a good panel.
Nell, please.
Hi, this is Nell from Seraph. Seraph is a AAA dungeon loot game powered by the BNB chain, and currently we ranked #1 on the BNB chain GameFi projects. And I can say that what we want to do in the GameFi is to bridge the Web2 players to Web3, bringing out the message to them to let them know that you can enjoy the games and also at the same time be earning rewards. Yeah, so this is what we want to do.
Lovely. Thanks for your introduction. And we all know that, capturing the key narratives, like in this competitive market when launching a product, is crucial for success. So I got a question for you all. What key narratives have shaped Web3 gaming in past cycles, and how have they impacted user onboarding? Let's start from Nell first.
Right. Sorry, what's the question again?
It's about onboarding. It's what you've been doing in your company. So basically what are the key narratives have shaped Web3 gaming in the past cycles, and how have they impacted bringing crypto to the masses?
Right. So talking about the past cycles, I think everyone know about Axie Infinity. For the exposures, right, you know that it's from the media outlet, whether it's on the traditional, the Web2 media outlets and the Web3 media outlets like Cointelegraph and CoinDesk, they are all talking about Axie Infinity, how you can earn real money by playing the games. So for the past cycles, it has been like this, and even for right now, the trend never changed. To me, I think it's all about marketing and exposure. We need to do a lot of stuff like doing a lot of the PRs and also engaging with the KOLs to bring out the game, because in our scene there's so many GameFi projects out there. Even if your game is standing out, right, you will need to know, you will need to let all the players know, or maybe all the Web3 users know about your game. You have to do a lot of stuff in the marketing, have to engage with the KOLs, and even you have to show up in these offline events, and hosting the side events to bring out your brand, to let everyone know that oh, you guys do exist in this scene. We have been hosting so many booth. We are attending sponsored lots of booths, from Dubai, Philippines, even like Token, Singapore. And then every time when we are having a booth, right, we will bring out our cosplayers. So when the attendees they come, oh, I know the Seraph, you know, they have like the amazing cosplayers there, and I already took a photo with them. And yeah, I think exposure and marketing is, like the important aspects in these strategies.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, they have a booth, so like they basically bring their characters in real life. So if you want to see their game and also like get to know about their team, go to their booth, take a picture with their characters. That'd be awesome. And then Paul, like, what's your take on this?
Yeah, I think Neil brought up a good point. In 2019, 2020, and 2021, it was really dominated by Axie and Play to Earn. I think most recently, gaming has seen a next step evolution of Play to Earn and Play to Airdrop. There's a lot of games right now where users can come play it for free, and you know, there's a promise that upon TGE they'll be airdropped, an allocation for their time playing the game. I think there's been a couple successful play to airdrops. It's exciting to see. I don't know if you guys are doing play to airdrops right now, but that's been, I think, the big narrative. I think in the next few months right now, just from a macro point of view, crypto isn't really focused on gaming. The users aren't there. It's still very niche. The narratives around meme coins, I mean, we see outside Taipei Blockchain Week has Popcat, Pepe, and a couple others. I'm mad that there's no GigaChad, but that's another conversation later. But I think gaming will have to do something to get back the mind share that was there in the Axie days. I think gaming's backseat right now to memes, to AI, to RWA, etc. But I still think, and we'll dive into this in the panel, that gaming will be the onboarding tool. I just think it needs to work on the narrative a little bit right now. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's speaking of the play to airdrop, I have a question for Paul. So like a lot of like game want to tap into like Telegram community because it's like basically you leverage over 900 million of users, right? But now like the Telegram narrative is kind of died down. Like what is your take on that, Paul?
Telegram specifically, or what CARV?
Telegram game.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I guess just anecdotally, CARV did incubate a game on Telegram that grew to 15 million users, the banana game. But to answer your question, Zoe, so Telegram is slowing down a bit, but I still think there is room for these, in-app messenger type of games. We see in Korea now with Kaya, Clayton and what was the other one? Clayton and Line. Yeah. Coming together and making the Kaya chain. So I still think there's room for that. I think messaging apps as like an onboarding tool make a lot of sense just because you can reach a ton of users, right? So like when Ton was popping off in Q3, Q4, every gaming studio was making a Telegram companion app just because you could reach users. So while things may be slowing down, I think Ton is still in a really good place, yeah.
Yeah, that's very spot on. Like messaging apps definitely like onboard a lot of new users. Thank you so much for your take, Paul. And then Sang, what's your take on this question?
I think, yeah, platforms are great, blockchains are great, but at the end of the day, it's the contents. So like gaming in traditional sense, it is the biggest contents industry. It's much bigger than Hollywood. It's much bigger than anime or cartoons. So basically, all of the cultural phenomena combined is smaller than the gaming industry. So people love to pay for very entertaining contents, and I think that's what we should strive for. Not gimmicky, not metas, chasing Web3 narratives, but trying to focus on building a product that people would be willing to pay for. And I think at the end of the day, that's the only way to survive in this, whatever it be Web3 or Web2, Web 2.5. It's the contents that's the killer app. And I think that we should all focus and try a little bit more into building something great.
What kind of content do you enjoy the most?
I've been a lifetime gamer, so I've been playing games since like 5 years old. I'm 50 now, so I've been playing games for a long time. So it's the interactive and the community that's really pulling myself in. So it's not about enjoying a single content or watching one-sided narrative, but actually interacting with my friends and fellows in the online space. I think that's what's really the pull with gaming experiences in general.
Thank you. And I love all the answer from the marketing, business model, and also content perspective. So right now, like Bitcoin just like keep like over 100,000 again. A lot of like altcoin. Yeah, we're celebrating, right? A lot of altcoins started to awaken and ready to like outperform some of the major tokens. So here's another question for you. So how can like gaming projects like leverage the current bull market to onboard more users? And then how does this approach differ from the previous cycles? So let's start with Sam first.
Well, the way we're trying to go about it is also very similar to what Off the Grid showed. It's about pulling in the mass audience. We don't have enough gamers on blockchain yet, on Web3. The majority of people on Web3 right now are traders. They're trying to earn something. They're not really willing to pay for contents or consume stuff. So the way we sort of thinking around is we want to target the Epic Games Store people. We want to target the Steam people. And the only way to do that is through traditional marketing activities. Marketing approach, user acquisition, working with streamers and influencers in order to raise awareness and sort of get mass adoption in not narratives, but trying to portray a solid gaming experience that could be enjoyed by millions and millions of users. And I think it's a very difficult task, but we have a very good team in place where head of marketing who just joined, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, he joined Tuesday, a few days ago. He was the guy behind launching Dave the Diver on Steam. So we have a very good understanding within the team of how to raise awareness, how to brand ourselves in traditional gaming markets. And I think that is something that we want to try to achieve with that Web3 edge, which is reward mechanisms for everybody, achievements, unlocking, incentives, which is basically a go-to-market direction anyway, rewarding gamers for their efforts.
Yeah, thank you. And then, sorry before Paul. Sorry, I have a question because like you're talking about the challenges of like onboarding Web2 users, right? So what kind of like strategy that you found proven effectively to onboard them?
Well, we're still trying to figure it out, but one of the key methods or vehicles of working with streamers, especially the tier 1 streamers, they cost a lot of money.
Yeah, they do.
So it's about building that relationship, the rapport with them where, for example, we are preparing gift boxes, so for example, with our like society figures, society merchandise, just as a present to these influencers. So they may pay attention, may not, but we just don't want to throw money at them and say, hey, market us. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah, thank you for your take. And then Paul?
Yeah, I think if you leverage in gaming specifically, if you leverage the bull market, you're going to attract the wrong type of people to your project. Seng was saying it correctly. I mean, you're going to get more users, right? So they'll see, okay, this project has a pretty good token price, but those users are just coming in to trade it, really. So I think, what Seng was saying is actually spot on. And CARV is in a little different position because we're infra rather than our own game project. But we still do a lot with targeting Web2, kind of gamer audience and traditional UA. For example, when we help games scale, we're not doing a Web3 activation. What we're really doing is taking Web2 player data, right? So what they've done on Steam, what they've done on Epic, how they play games, how they behave, and repackaging that so Web3 games can understand this is the type of user you should be going for. Let's activate them and get them in your game. So I think you can leverage good token prices, but you're going to attract non-gamers, right? So replicate what they're doing over there, I think, is a good recipe for sure.
Yeah, thank you for that. And then Nell?
Right. So I think Sang and Paul make a point. Steam, like is mentioned, like mentioned by both Sang and Paul. So we have to tag on the biggest gaming platform on the earth, right? In the earth, and we are trying to launch. We will be launching our game on Steam as well. To attract players, the Web2 players. And what our game different is that, right? It's free to play. That means you do not have to buy NFT. You do not have to pay anything to play the game. We know that a lot of there are like a lot of like similar game in general, the dungeon loot game, like Diablo and the Path of Exile, you have to pay to buy the game. But for us, it's free. So and then from there, right? We will try to maybe if let's say the players that think the game is fun, then somehow if you convert them into paid players, maybe they will buy the NFT and start playing the more in-depth gameplay. Because for our games, like more than 80% of the content is free. So if you want to unlock the rest of the gameplay, maybe you can try to buy the NFT and start playing more in-depth. So this is what we were trying to do, and yeah, Steam, and then also talking about the technical side, right? For Web2 players, we are trying to make everything convenient for the Web2 players or the Web2 users. Maybe it might sound a bit strange because in Seraph and in our built-in wallet, the users, they don't have to sign a transaction. So everything is just like enter the password, press OK. You do not have to give any authorization or any signing any transaction. It's quite a little bit different with the traditional Web3 wallets where you have to approve stuff, where you have to sign a transaction and something. We do it like the Web2 way, so they do not have like a learning curve when getting into the blockchain. So only when they want to like get into the advanced stage, then maybe they will need to start to learn about NFT and stuff. But at first, they don't have to do anything. They just register using the email, and then you can just proceed to play the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Like leveraging the non-custodial wallet, like it actually helps. And also, like I'm very bullish on gaming just because, like compared to a lot of sectors, like gaming actually like can onboard the crypto to masses like easier. Because like a lot of time, if they want to cash out, they need to learn how to set up the wallet. They need to learn how to trade or swap tokens or trade NFTs. So like it makes the whole process very like organic without being forced, right? So it's pretty much a low friction. And I have one question for you guys. I'm sure a lot of gaming projects like face this issue. So a lot of Web2 gamers, they hate NFT, like literally hate it. So they don't want to hear anything about like blockchain, everything. So how do you handle this kind of like challenge? Let's start with Nell.
Yeah, I get that because like some of the streamers we try to work with, right? When they heard about blockchain or NFT, then they were like, maybe I don't, I can like collab with you guys, but maybe I skip that part, you know. So, but anyway, we still work with them. You can at least they provide us a gateway to showcase our game to the Web2 players. So as I mentioned earlier, only if that you want to unlock the remaining gameplay of a Seraph, then we have like a complete guide, onboarding guide, like to tell you, or how do you purchase the NFT, how do you transfer your NFT into the game. Then that's the way that I think that's the way we did our job to convert a Web2 user into Web3. Yeah. So right now, I think. This term NFT is kind of become not a good word for those traditional people because when they heard about NFT, they would think that this is a scam, money grab stuff. But actually, right now NFT is considered a tag to us. It's not a collection. It's not something useless. Yeah, so regardless, we still have to do a lot of work on the education part.
Yep. Okay. I think education and invisibility. On the education side, I think it's nothing new. These open economies have been around since the World of Warcraft days, right? These are things gamers are used to. And on the invisibility side, I think Off the Grid did a really good job of this, right? They had thousands of people playing their game for a couple weeks with a really strong marketing campaign So they succeeded in making the tech invisible. I would say their one kind of faulty decision was timing. Call of Duty came out 2 weeks later, right? And so they're both in the same genre FPS, and I think that sucked a lot of their players, because there were Web 2 players playing that game, right? So education and invisibility is how you solve that, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, great points for both invisibility and education. But the thing is, gamers, they don't read anything. They just play the game. That's the problem. So what we're doing is we don't have any NFTs up front. We don't have any wallet connection up front. We don't have any hurdles whatsoever. It's just a free-to-play game. Download it for free. Just play. At the end of the day, what people are doing on a daily basis is, they're playing PUBG, League of Legends. What they're doing is competing with other gamers on a daily basis. What do they get for it? A virtual chicken dinner. We can actually send them $5, $10, $50 for that effort. And once I get that, they will probably try and figure out how to withdraw it. So, I mean, all of our NFTs collection is like digital skins. We don't call it NFTs. It's uniqueness. People buy skins. They want to feel unique. They want to stand out from the crowd. I think that's sort of the narrative and the point that we sort of doubling down on.
Yeah, that's true. And then even though NFT has like a negative sentiment in this market, but actually in like overall, if you check the statistics, like actually the most trading NFT is in gaming sector. So this is like very, very important for us and to telling people that the importance of ownership, like when the server shut you down, like when you don't lose your own assets, that NFT can protect you in this way. All right, and then I know like all of you like deploy like different chain, and then also Paul, like your company is going to deploy on Solana, right? So in terms of the chain, what is the chain you think has the greatest potential to onboard the more user, and what makes it stand out? So let's start from Paul.
Yeah, I told you that in confidence back there, but I guess it's out now. No, but we've worked on ETH a lot. For example, we did our node sale on Arbitrum, right? Our token's on Base right now. We made a bet to build on Solana. We're going to do our own SVM because I really think that's where retail is this cycle. I think a lot of users are going to be on Solana because it's the gaming or the gambling chain. It's the casino chain. Solana as a token is basically your chip to bet on a bunch of different things. So we think this cycle users will be on Solana. And we're really, really bullish that we can be, the first project to successfully build an ecosystem there on top of Solana. So that's where we will be in January and moving forward. I'm pretty excited about that, yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely catching the vibe. And I love you being honest, like it's a gambling chain. It is. I'm trading a lot of Bitcoin at that.
There's some other cool stuff going on there too, but that's just where the mind share is right now.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for your tag. And then that's it, Son.
Well, we are building on Sui. For the simple reason, we feel it's the best chain to get mass adoption. Because all you need is a Google account. You don't need to plug in, you don't need to install, you don't need to anything else. You just have a Google account, and even if you lose your password, you can get your password back with a Google account. And also, I want to emphasize, like, we had about 30,000 people coming in during our previous testing in July, and they were minting in sub-second finality. 0.5 second. You mint something, it's done. Super cheap. We relay all of the gas fees for the end user at the same time. So as these guys were mentioning, the users don't really need to like click on approval. They don't need to go through that Web3 stuff. They just say, hey, I want this. And we can send it to their wallet straight away.
Right. So for Seraph, we have a lot of NFT assets on OPBNB. OPBNB is the layer 2 of a BNB chain, and I can say it works like what Sang have mentioned is cheap and fast like Sui, but it's EVM chain. So like EVM chain is like one of the OG's chain that exists in the crypto industry. So talking about the learning curve, right? A lot of the users that don't have to learn something new, because for myself, I'm EVM maxi. I know that Sui is doing good right now, but it will kill me to learn about a new chain. So yeah, but anyway, OPBNB we leverage our game leverage on OPBNB, and we have like millions of NFT transactions monthly, and it's costs us like maybe a few $100 in the gas fees, right? And some of the gas fee we just absorb ourselves because it's so less compared to the millions of the transactions that's going on chain. And I can say the BNB chain is like one of the best chain out there that you can deploy your project on. We have a big BNB chain ecosystem family you can join, and I believe CARV is also one of the BNB chain ecosystem partner. And if you start small, right, you can tag on a mature project like us and CARV. We can do collaboration. So yeah, if you would like to know more about this, I will just link you up.
Yeah, love it, love it. So like there are lots of chains out there, and as long as there's a lot of pro and con of every chain. Like as long as you know how to leverage the right part, like the edge, like you can also do great. And then we touch on best on the technical side, the branding side. Now we're going to be on the more like business model side. So a lot of like gaming project, they already face the issue of monetization, a sustainable one. So my question here is that what monetization strategies have proven most effective for attracting and retaining users in Web3 gaming, in your opinion? So let's start from Sam first.
Well, there's a lot of proven mechanisms in free-to-play microtransactions, such as selling skins, for example. League of Legends, Call of Duty, PUBG, they generate 80% of their revenue by selling digital identities, skins, uniqueness. So we're definitely doubling down on that. Some of the partnerships that we have in place is, for example, PUBG Penguins. They're so cute and they're so beautiful in their wearables that people would love to buy it. We get all of the NFTs for free. We actually haven't announced this yet, but maybe it's the first time I'm mentioning this in public, but our next partnership will be with Adidas. We also have a partnership with Casio, G-Shock guys. These are household brands that everybody knows, and if we can monetize and tap and leverage off of these brands, I think it's good for everybody, because like gamers spend millions, billions of dollars buying digital skins. So I think that's a very important anchor and a pillar that we should definitely look into more.
Lovely. And Paul?
Yeah, so monetization strategies, right, that attract gamers back. I think CARV did a really good job the last few years with our data to earn campaign, right? So this would be where, you know, whatever business we brought in, whatever fee they paid to work with us would actually go 100% back to the user. So a continuous stream of passive revenue almost for just having your accounts aggregated on CARV. We saw great retention with this. We peaked around 1 point something million UAW in August, right? So yeah, I think just rewarding users consistently for the right behaviors, right? Playing games that they love, they eat that shit up. Yeah.
Right. I think it's a tough question for us, like the play to earn GameFi or play and earn GameFi. Yeah, it's quite tough for us because we already seen a lot of examples, right? Like the death spiral of the game. You have to control the token prices. It's actually a tough question for us, but we are trying our best. We have a well-designed gamenomics where if you earn like one currency, then you have to spend this currency to get into the next gameplay. And also our NFT is not a one-time NFT. If you utilize the NFT in games, right, it has energy that it will deplete over time. So once it has like fully depletes all the energy, then you have to buy the NFT again to participate in the play to earn. So we are trying a lot of like the innovative way that the other GameFis are not doing, and I hope that works out well for us. So let's see.
Yeah, lovely. And I appreciate with all of your strategies, like sure, like if you would like to have like deeper conversation with them, definitely like catch them up after this panel. I would like to go on more, but then unfortunately we're running out of time. And then if you, as I said before, if you wanted to explore partnership with that, definitely like catch us up after this panel or give them a follow on the socials. And lastly, I wanted to remind everyone that Seraph have been teaming up with Taipei Blockchain Week and also Maple Story Universe to host a official game on party tonight at 8 p.m. at Barcade. So if you would like to join RSVP with the Luma link or just bring on your TBW ticket, and then I'll see you everyone there. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Come get the Luma
Thank you,
links
guys.
at our
Thank
booth.
you, everyone.